Good morning, this is Lauren Howman, and today is day 2 of my water fast. I am in a parking lot on my way to work, but I thought I would stop and do my video and then start driving again since I have time. And the video quality yesterday was a little bit loud. Like, I think I had the AC going and then the engine, so I decided to stop. Today's going to be a short talk. So today is day 2. A little bit about me. I'm Lauren Howman. I'm a nurse practitioner. I am a mom of 4 boys and a wife of 1 boy. And I am in no way acting as a medical professional in this capacity with fasting. So if you're following my journey, thank you very much. I appreciate that, and I hope you get value from it. And I hope you fast with me at some point when it feels right for you. But I am not giving medical advice, so you should always consult with your own doctor or practitioner before starting a diet or exercise routine. That getting out of the way, now that that's out of the way, today is day 2. I am doing an extended water fast. I am hoping to make it 20 to 30 days. We'll see how it goes. My longest ever has been 8 days. I've been fasting now since January 2nd of 2019, and I've so far lost 35 pounds. So I started yesterday, and I was 200.2 pounds. I think today I'm 198.6. What I have found with fasting is that I'm losing about 2 pounds a day, and about 1.5 of those pounds is pure fat, and the rest is water weight. So, as I said on yesterday's video, day 1 and 2 is super easy for me at this point. I'm still running on the glycogen that I have left over from the carbohydrates that I ate in my last meal. I haven't really kicked into like major fat burning yet. And at first, fasting is difficult for people. Day 1 and 2 is the hardest because you're used to eating like 3 meals a day and 3 snacks a day. But once you've been doing it a while, it becomes super easy. These first 2 days are nothing. So much so that I got home last night from work. I would have hit 24 hours at like 6 o'clock yesterday, and it was like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and pizza arrived at my door because the boys wanted pizza for dinner and my husband ordered it. In years past, if I were on a diet and pizza showed up, the diet would have been over. But with fasting, it's not that I can never have pizza again. It's just I can't have it right now because I'm fasting. And when I'm done fasting, if pizza is what I want, then pizza is what I'll have, and that would be just fine. But what fasting has taught me is what I really want and what I'm just eating because it's there and out of boredom and out of routine, because people eat at the same times every day. So it's 6 o'clock, it's time to eat dinner, let's eat some pizza. But what if you're not even hungry? Fasting has helped me a lot to distinguish between hunger and boredom and routine and eating because it's a social norm, which is really cool. Also, fasting has made me crave healthier food. So I started eating a vegan diet in May of 2018, so it's almost been a year. My vegan diet has gotten a little less strict over time. I'd now call it more of a plant-based vegetarian. Chicken and cheese slip in every once in a while, but other than that, it's plant-based whole foods. I lost some weight doing that, but then I found out how to eat junk food as a vegan. There are a lot of things that are accidentally vegan out there, like for instance, corn chips are vegan. They're not good for you, but they're vegan. So vegan doesn't always necessarily equal healthy. So I put on some weight again with that. So I still eat a mainly vegan, plant-based diet, but I'm not very strict with it. So I don't want anybody to get confused if I ever post something that has a milk byproduct in it or has cheese. I don't want you to be like, oh my gosh, she's not vegan. No, I'm not. I'm trying to live that lifestyle, but it's not perfect. Anyway, so on any other diet, last night that pizza would have done me in. It would have been over. I would have thrown in the towel. I would have eaten 5 pieces of pizza. Probably not 5, probably 3. And then I would have felt super guilty. I would have messed up the whole day, and I probably would have messed up the next 2 days after that. So with fasting, it's not that I can never have pizza again. It's just I can't have it last night because I've said I'm not going to eat right now. I'm fasting. When I'm done fasting, I can straight up call Papa John's and order a pizza if that's what I choose to do. And you know what? That will be okay, and it will be guilt-free. So with fasting, it's delay, not deny. Sorry, I was looking over there. It's all about delaying, not denying. So there is no food that's off limit to me, including wine, beer, whatever I want, just at the right time, not when I'm fasting. When I'm fasting, I'm fat burning, I'm getting rid of fat. When I'm eating, I try to eat healthy, but I don't live by that. Like if I want to, I'm trying to eat keto when I'm not fasting, but I really kind of am not good at that. But there's nothing off limits per se. So a lot of people say they have a very hard time fasting with family members. Like if you're the cook of the family, especially women, if you're the person who cooks for your husband, for your kids. I do that. Now, my family eats pretty simply. So like I make all the lunches for the kids unless my husband does it. So we both do it. But I'm just saying, like, if I'm doing it, then I'm doing it, and it's okay. Like, it doesn't bother me during a fast. So I made lunches last night. I made breakfast for both boys this morning, and I sat there and had coffee last night with my husband while he ate pizza, and that's fine. That can take some getting used to, and you can kind of feel deprived at first, but you will get used to it. And once you realize that you're not actually hungry, the pizza won't trigger you as much. Another example is that when we have food at work, last week we had one of the regional upper people sent over bagels and coffee from Panera, I think. And I don't really eat bagels. They're good, and like that weird cream cheese butter that they have is amazing, but that's not something I would normally eat. And so when I walked into the break room, and it just like kind of hit me in the face, the smell of bagels, it smelled really good. But I just walked away. It's fine. If I want a bagel later, I can have one. I'll go to Panera and get the stupid cream cheese that's amazing and the bagel that smells amazing. I just don't have to have it right now. So that being said, I hope that helps a little bit, because I get a lot of questions about how am I supposed to cook for my family. Well, the other choice is don't cook for your family. If you're going to fast starting on a Monday, then do some meal prep and make it to where everything can just go in the microwave and you're done and you can stay out of the kitchen. It doesn't bother me enough to have to do stuff like that, and I don't meal prep. Our food that we eat is pretty simple. The kids eat like really simple stuff. And my husband fends for himself, and he's been used to that for a long time because him and I have always been on opposite diet plans. He tends to do a low-carb Atkins diet that's very heavy on meat, cheese, and eggs, and I tend to do a diet that's heavy on vegetables and fruits. So usually we get the kids satisfied with what they need to eat, and then we both go in the kitchen and make our own plates. So I see the school bus behind me. So he might be making chicken and broccoli, and I'll be over there making a salad with avocado and strawberries. So he's used to fending for himself. That's not a change for us, but I know for a lot of people that is a problem. So if you could meal prep, or if you could just let your spouse know, like, hey, I'm not cooking this week because I'm going to fast for 3 days, 5 days, whatever it is. Or better yet, if you can, get your husband or your spouse, your wife, your partner, whoever lives with you, to fast with you. That would be the most amazing thing. My husband's not down for that, so we don't do that. But fasting is possible in an eating household. I am really struggling with my words today. What else can I tell you about today? When I fast, I now do salt supplementation, feeding myself some salt. And the reason for that is this. The first time I fasted in January, I did 4.5 days plain water and plain tea and plain coffee, and I suffered immensely during that fast. By day 2, I was having leg cramps. When I would lay down at night, I could not get comfortable because my legs would just cramp up like I had restless leg syndrome or something. And I knew that meant something, but I wasn't sure what it meant, so I had to go research it. And what it was is I was dehydrated. Even though I was just down in water all day long, especially during the first couple of fasts, you drink a lot more water because you're trying to like stave off the hunger pains and the stomach growling and trying to get yourself used to being in a fasted state. But what was happening is I was losing all my salts, and so then I was becoming dehydrated because I didn't have enough salt to retain water. So no matter how much I was drinking, I was actually still dehydrated. I started researching that, and the next time I fasted, I bought pink Himalayan salt, and I would drink my water throughout the day, and then a couple times a day I would shake some on my hand and just lick it off my hand. And it made a world of difference. Fasting became so much more tolerable and less side effects. The other things I do to help with fasting are I do Epsom salt foot soaks at night when I have time, because there's magnesium in that, and we do need magnesium. And you can soak it up through your skin better than you can take it as a supplement. I bought magnesium supplements and they just gave me diarrhea, loose stools. And that happens when you're not eating. So foot soaks, or even better, a bath in Epsom salts, you soak it up through your skin and you have the magnesium that you need. The other things I do are, I've now added in a potassium supplement, which you get from salt alternatives, like no salt or salt free. It's like the salt that they tell people to use if they need to be on a low sodium diet. So that's potassium. You want to make sure you're not doing too much. And there's several different recommendations. So in a normal diet, you don't need to eat sodium because you're getting it through your food. If you're not eating, you need to supplement to just make the fast a lot more friendly. So for the potassium, that's another thing that you can deplete through fasting if you're not taking in some supplements and just replacing your salts. So I just do a little bit. There's a lot of different recommendations out there. I do follow the snake diet for motivation, but I do not follow the snake diet snake juice recipe. It's way too harsh for me. So when I tried the snake juice, I made it and I was like, oh no, it was like drinking like ocean water. It was too much for me. So then I diluted it by half, and that was much better. I can sip on that throughout the day and just switch back and forth with fresh water or spring water to the snake juice. I kind of stopped doing the snake juice though, because I find it easier just to like put the salt in my hand, the no salt in my hand, and just lick it off my hand when I need it. And I do that 3 or 4 times a day, and that gets rid of all the dehydration symptoms and all of the leg cramping, muscle cramping, and twitches. If I don't have time to do the Epsom salt soaks, I do have a magnesium spray that I got off of Amazon that I can spray directly on my skin and rub it in. Tingles a little bit for a second, but then it absorbs. It's greaseless, odorless, and that works really well as well. So I hope you guys got value today. I said probably 800 times. I didn't really think about the talk before I got on here and just did it. And so just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. And really funny, somebody just parked next to me, and I'm sitting in a parking lot at the Directions Credit Union, and the girl was wearing a zipped up black hoodie with the hood up, and I was like, oh good Lord, here we go, we're about to witness a bank robbery. But no, she just went in, and I think she's actually an employee because her pants were actually nice dress pants and nice dress shoes. So hopefully that's not what I'm about to witness here. So this went over a little bit. I wanted to keep it around 10 minutes. It's actually 12 minutes. But let me know if you have any questions, and let me know if there's any topics you want me to talk about. So today, just how I supplement with salts and how I stay away from food, even in a family that's eating. Pizza is like the number one. And I'll also add that the biggest part of fasting, when you're learning to fast, the day that you are most likely to give in and eat when other people are eating is day 1, and maybe day 2 for some people. If I'm at like 18 hours fasted and something really good comes to the table, I am very, very tempted to just break the fast and start over the next day. I'm not that invested, and it's not that big of a deal to start over if something like that I really want to have is on the table. But by the time I'm on day 2 and I've hit 48 hours, I'm like, no way, I've already hit 48 hours. I'm about to go into like the huge keto high that you get, and I'm about to feel amazing. I'm not going to screw that up and have to start all over. So if you can make it to 48 hours, I think you'll find that the temptation of cheating and eating go down a lot, because you're super proud of yourself and how far you've already come, and you don't really want to screw that up by having a meal or having a couple bites of whatever the tempting food is that's on the table. Anyway, I'm Lauren Howman. I'll be back tomorrow for day 3, and I hope everybody has a good day. If you have any questions, PM me on Facebook, get a hold of me, friend me on Facebook, like this video, subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up with me and see what I'm up to with this extended fast. Bye guys.